What's up, guys? John Howley. Hope you're doing well. You know, guys, I've been talking to my partner just recently. Yeah, I talked to my partner just recently, and I'm thinking about writing. I think I mentioned this before, but I'm thinking about writing my very first book on the finance industry, and not on the finance industry. That'd be a long ass book, but you know, just some of the foundations that I believe that are important to your trading. So I'm thinking about doing that, and you know, because over my last 12 years I've been involved with the markets now, and actually trading every single day, and making this my lifeblood, making this an absolute must to master, which I'm finding more and more, guys, that as you trade the markets, there's nothing certain about the markets, you know, like there is just nothing certain about that. And I was listening to even Ray Dalio this morning, and he was like, you know, he doesn't know what trade is going to work out and which one is. And it's really interesting that even he was saying he spends hundreds of millions of dollars in research, hundreds of millions of dollars on research, and even he is unsure about which one's going to work out. So he does his best he can, 1,500 people, hundreds of millions of dollars of research, and even he tries to figure things out or make sure that he's doing the right thing for his trading. You know, yet he's one of the most successful investors out there. So it's really interesting, guys. And then I was listening to Tony Robbins this morning, and this is one thing I think that a lot of people have problems with trading. Tony Robbins said the more uncertainty you can comfortably handle at any given one time, the more wealth, the more financial wealth will, man, that thing is going on every damn morning. Every damn morning I'm doing a recording and come down to here, I'm coming out of the gym, and suddenly this thing down there behind the camera is ding, 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 they're jackhammering. Anyway, so Tony Robbins said that the more uncertainty you can comfortably handle, the more wealth you'll be able to build. And I've found that true for my life, and especially with trading. See, a lot of traders, they want that certainty, right? I want to be certain this trade is going to work out, and they look for that certain trade, meaning not a certain trade, but a certainty trade. And that certainty trade doesn't exist, right? But we always look for it, and we see this marketing bullshit, especially those binary options. My fucking God. If I was a government, I'd destroy every single binary options market in the planet, because that is just shite bucket. So, and what I do say, guys, is that I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of traders out there struggle with the markets, because I've actually said time and time again that that you don't know which trade is going to work out. All you can do is make sure that your risk to reward is good every single trade. You know, every time you make a trade, you want to say, okay, I don't want to risk, and this is what a trading plan is all about. I don't want to risk any more than, you know, 1% on my account on any given one trade. And I want to make sure my profit target is more than 2%. Do you know what I mean? Like, those simple numbers, when you actually say, okay, forget the trading strategy for a minute, look at what you're risking, all right? There we go, that's better, isn't it? And so it's like, look at what you're risking. So when you move forward in the markets, it's important to say, okay, if this goes against me, I'm happy risking X. And for me, guys, I like the 1% rule. Whatever position I put on, I'm happy risking a 1% on my account. But then I'm always aiming 2 to 3%, or I'm always aiming 2 to 3% profit on my account per trade. Now again, that might not seem like much, and people want like a 50% return in one trade on their account. That might not seem like much, but what happens if you got a 3% profit and you and you know, within a couple of months, you had 4 really good trades. You know, you did your work and you know, just say one of them got more, or 3 really good trades. Well, you're looking at almost a 10% return on your entire account. On your entire account, 10% return on your entire account. Now, a lot of people out there, they see these marketing and they see that 10% return on my account, is that all? It's like, do you realize what you get from the bank? Or if you're in America, you get nothing. You don't get anything. And I think Australia's heading that way as well too. We just keep dropping our rates. Unemployment's starting to go up, so on and so forth. Right? So, can I move this over? Like that? Cool. So one thing I do say, guys, is that when, you've got to neutralize your situation. Right? Now, like 10% might not seem like much, but what happens if you did that for the whole year? Now you're talking the potential, and I'm not saying you can, but the potential to do 80, 100% return on your account. Do you see where I'm going with this? So it's actually the small profits. It's the small profits, 2 to 3% profit per trade. It's the small risk that's going to allow you to move forward in a much better way. It's not these big profits. People after big profits, it's the exact opposite. It's having a plan, taking that plan, risking 1% of your account and going through there. But a lot of people are trying to find a certain trade that has certainty in it, and that doesn't exist in the markets. No matter what system or plan you trade, that doesn't exist in the markets. Maybe one trade out there, but I'm not going to mention that. It's only for my private clients. That's what they pay a lot of money for, to have those certain trades, but only comes up maybe a couple of times a year. But you private clients, you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But most trades, all right, there is no certainty in there, right? There is no certainty that it's going to work. And that's where, like, I think a lot of people have problems with the markets, because they're after this certainty that they're going to make money. And if they have 1 or 2 or 3 losing trades in a row, they've traded too much, they've had bad trade management, and before you know it, their account's down, a lot, and they're not moving forward in a big way. They're just not moving forward. So for you to move forward in a big way, it's important, all right? It's important that you stick to some foundational rules within the markets. Right. Firstly, you must accept that your next trade is going to be a loser. Right. Your next trade might be a loser. And that's hard for people to say, I may lose money on these markets. And that's where you got to say, okay, cool. What am I comfortably losing? What am I comfortable losing? Because it is a risk, right? Every trade you take is a risk. What am I comfortably losing? This guy who walks past me, he's no comment. So what are you comfortably losing? Right? See, remember, it's not the big wins, because a big win generally means a big loss. Now, if you can have something where I have with maybe probably a quarter of my trades, like silver trade, where you can have like a 1 or 2%, a 1% risk, 1 to 2% risk on that particular trade, but the target is like a couple of 100% return. Which is like, actually no, if you're talking in options terms, like it's like a 20 or 30% risk on my option, but then this trade here is like 150, a couple of 100% return profit. Now sometimes that happens, but guys, it's looking at that. So look at that. There is no certainty in the markets, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. And every single day you need to be sticking to that overall plan, not trying to rush it, but say, okay, here's the trade, here's a small trade, I'm going to take this, and that's how you slowly grow your account. And that's how it is possible to start to really good returns on your account, by trading that way. All right. So anyway, guys, there's so much area to this mindset of a trader, the foundation to a trader. That's the reason why I'm thinking about writing a book. So anyway, guys, let me know if you'd be interested in doing that. And I'm actually thinking about even running a live event as well too, just a once-off live event, and actually teaching this stuff live on spots and live on the spot as well too, not just in a book, but actually in a live event as well too. So that's actually something that I've always actually wanted to do, is teach this sort of stuff, and I'm going down that way more and more. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action. Face your fears today.